time for me to go hard as the hood I'm from.
DJ Khaled, we the best! I'm going in! I'm going in!
I do it for the hood, cause the hood told me I should.
If you rep your hood and you going hard,
If there ain't none you don't stress, tell them that we the best.
you can't stop this!
Yes, we won this game. How you rest, y'all be the best.
You would get rid of me. Don't do when another gotta go hard. But I won't let you get to me. You should already figure I'ma go hard. If you was as real as me, you would never let another step in your yard. Making money ain't shit to me. This is in my face and it gets to my heart. So I am, I will, I got to know. You got another way to live. You got to know. I am getting it in until the end. I gotta go.
I go the hardest, flow so retarded. I'm disgusted with myself. I mean, where do I start? First I spin around and vomit, then I shoot on it. Beat up so bad, won't nobody get up on it. I flow sick, how sick, seasick. Got your hand out, don't look at me. You looking at who made me rich. You looking at who made me rich. I had some wins, some losses. Just the life of a bosses. With the top off, looking for a girl with that fat as Tracy Rouses. This is dope as it get. Dope as a trip. Fly as 57 passengers. This finna be another classic. Everybody know I got it. If you want it, then get at it. But I ain't gon' have it. No, I ain't gon' have it.
You would get rid of me. Don't do when another gotta go hard. But I won't let you get to me. You should already figure I'ma go hard. If you was as real as me, you would never let another step in your yard. Making money ain't shit to me. This is in my face and it gets to my heart. So I am, I will, I got to go. You got another way to live. You got to know. I am getting it in until the end. I gotta go.
I ain't never been scared, never been the type to bite my words. When I came up, y'all gave me shit. Now I'm finna make y'all eat them turds. Always said what the fuck I felt. Go ahead, spit that murder I wrote. Man, I don't care what you felt. You, I know I'm dope. Felt like I couldn't really give my all. Felt like I had to play the fly on the wall. Felt like niggas was stunting on me. Funny how I'm flying in the mall. Now I'm at the top, ain't know where to go now. Instead of me, she gon' go down. Maybe I would've slowed down if I knew what I know now. I'm stupid, yeah, I know I'm dumb. They should get old when it's good. I'm young, but my heart get cold as the hood I'm from. Tell me what it take to be number one. I guess it's gon' be what it's gon' be. But here's one thing y'all got to hear. I'ma tell you like George Bush told me. Y'all I'm out of here.
You would get rid of me. Don't do when another gotta go hard. But I won't let you get to me. You should already figure I'ma go hard. If you was as real as me, you would never let another step in your yard. Making money ain't shit to me. This is in my face and it gets to my heart. So I am, I will, I got to go. You got another way to live. You got to know. I am getting it in until the end. I gotta go.
My hard, we really motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? Man, kindergarten, we out the club. That don't mean nothing. Yeah, we show this motherfucker how hard it's really is.
So I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a pawn. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. Oozing
Muslim, Hebrew, or Christian. She indiscriminate with punishment. She send them hissing. My gun's my favorite, and she got permanent PMS, so she stay safe.
The club, anything I would want. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told it, but I ain't never scared. 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 I ain't never scared.
No, I ain't bad, just don't kiss no ass to take. And I'm a grown man, find you somebody to play with. If you don't like me when you see me, better not say I choke you out like Drake did that. You better tell these they ain't with no record. I'm a bankhead, I take your cookies. Hey, so don't make it a me or you situation. I had your partner down, I see you visitation. Like, hope for the best, but I don't think he gon' make it. Not the way he was shivering and shaking on the pavement. I tell you what, if you make it, call him Grace, cause he amazing. Find out these verses wasn't the only thing blazing. And just when you thought that I was done, I was saving the best for last. Kiss my like Delary, they my focus. Best you just let them be, cause I do this 310 confessions and never see.
So I'm outside of the club, anything I would want. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told it, I ain't never scared. 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 I ain't never scared.
Yeah, this break 'em up. We the real. All you hating, underachievers. Step back. Listen closely. We ain't never scared of none of you. T.I. Bone Crusher, Killer Mike. This break 'em off.
So I'm outside of the club, anything I would want. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told it, I ain't never scared. 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 So I'm outside of the club, anything I would want. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told it, I ain't never scared. 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 I ain't never scared.
Yeah. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? What? Yeah. Y'all ready to play some football? Just got some. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up.
If you want some, come get some. Cause where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I want answers now. Who, what, where, why? See, a lot of dudes like to act the fool now. Get on live, but that ain't my style. Now who he gon' get and what he gon' do? Run up on me if you want to. Hot damn pressing his homies. He's done up in front of his mama. I'm up the floor with him. And I kick in the door and let the fofo get him. I got food that'll go get him. That's for him and Boo and them dudes that run with him.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
Gotta spit it for the murderers and the killers and the thugsters. They be fucking up the ballers and the dealers and the hustlers. Got me coming at you bogus in the VI while they bumping Lil Jon. I'm a Russian. It's the second twister from Chicago, rolling with the Miami. Then I crush ya. We already be looking for drama. If a try to get into it with us, then we gotta get them. Feeling free from the torture that can never be cured. No penicillin, I'm telling you, drink a penicillin. Got me swinging Chrissy and Hennessy bottles in the club, and my thug homies going for the thriller. Don't get it twisted with that overnight celebrity. You better be scared of me in my city, I'm a killer.
If you
I'm a player, you just a square. See, once that Hennessy enemy, the whole industry is my enemy. And if you ain't no kin to me or friend to me, don't pretend to be. See, I'm strictly for the thugs. I'm for the street and straight out the hood. My MO is ghetto and I don't even need the gas for you boozy cats. I'm straight out the county dead. 305 MIA. You ever come south of the border? First most born, you're gonna be a slaughter.
Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
Chop, 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 chop. Fuck, 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 fuck. Chop, 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 chop. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Jeremiah 29:11 reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future." I feel like I'm living that plan out. I feel like the things that happen to us in life, they're not designed to stop us. They're designed to reposition us so we can come in contact with what God really has for us. And so everything that I do, man, I do it to honor God because I feel like God gave me a second chance at life. And so I feel like I'm doing what God put me on this earth to do.
You see, my mother had me when she was 15 years old, right? Over on the east side of Atlanta, we came up in this neighborhood by the name of Kirkwood, drug dealer on every corner, gang members in the neighborhood, 2-bedroom home, 14 people, used to sleep on the floor. Got the opportunity to sleep in the bed one time out of the week. It was 6 of us in the bed, 3 at the foot, 3 at the head. And I came up with this dream pretty quick. I said, man, I want to go to the NFL because I had 8 uncles in that house, all 8 of which are still going in and out of prison. And so pretty quick, I said, man, I want to go to the NFL. And so I went to my big cousin Tamar one night. I said, man, listen, I want to go to the NFL. And so we got to work for this thing. So the thing we're going to do every night, we're going to be patient. We're going to engage in consistent action. Every night, we're going to race light pole to light pole with no shoes. So every night we would get out on the street, race light pole to light pole. One night, a coach came down the street. He signed me and my cousins up for organized sports, right? First time being in organized sports. We get in organized sports. The thing was, after practice, everybody would leave to go home. And I always had to sit on the bench and wait on my mother because she worked at Wendy's. And so when my mother would show up in the park, it would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. So I'm sitting there, and when my mother would pull up, she drove an old Buick Regal, hubcaps off the car, seats torn up, the car was all beat up. And she would pull up in the park 10:30 at night. I would jump off the bench. I would sprint over to my mother. I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car lights? I have to do some extra drills. I have to go to the NFL. So you would never have to work another day in your life. And I knew my mother was tired. And every night, my mother would sit back in that car, and those car lights would hit that field. When he had a 7-year-old kid doing backpedaling drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing his dream to go to the NFL. But just beyond those car lights, I could always connect with my mother's eyes, and so it made me dig a little bit deeper. It made me push myself a little bit further. It made me work a little bit harder. It created a certain level of sweat equity in what I was doing. It created a certain level of pride. And so I went to Crim High School, one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia. Dropout rate higher than the graduation rate. People didn't go to college. I went to Crim. My first day I walked through the doors. A metal detector cop said, "What's your plan, little man?" I said, "My plan is to go D1. He said, "Nah, you'll probably end up in cell block D1. I said, "Nah, you got the wrong guy." He said, "Nah, you'll probably end up in cell block D1. I said, "Nah, you got the wrong guy." After my freshman year, my mother and father both came to me and they said, "Inky, we're transferring you from this place. You got a scholarship at Tucker High School." They said, "All you have to do is come and play your next 3 years. They guarantee you a scholarship to Georgia." I said, "Please, leave me at one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia. I can get a scholarship from this place. Son, nobody goes to college from there. Please, let me stay here. I can make it from this place." They transferred me anyway. First football game, tore the ligaments in my ankle, out for the season, ended up in a wheelchair. Went back to my parents, "Will you please transfer me back to one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia?" My pastor said, "Inky, you really want to go there?" I said, "Please transfer me back there. I need to go back there." And so the summer going into my senior year, we got blessed with a new coach. He came to me. I was done with football. He said, man, please come and work out for me. Just do one workout for me. I said, okay, coach, I'll come out. I'll work out. I ran a 40-yard dash. I did some cone drills. He came up to me after the workout. He said, son, what college do you want to go to? I said, man, I just want to go D1. He said, no, you're not hearing me, son. What college do you want to go to? I said, man, I just want to go D1. He said, after the first couple of games, we'll put together a tape and we'll see what happens. After the first 2 games, I had 9 touchdowns. It was all she wrote from there. And I'll never forget the day the University of Tennessee came in and a coach took a chance on me. He sat down with me and he said, son, I want to offer you a full scholarship to the University of Tennessee. It was so crazy. I responded and I told him, I'm coming. And he laughed. He said, son, I don't even think you understand how the whole process works. I said, no, I don't think you understand. I said, you're talking to a kid that comes from a 2-bedroom home, 14 people. You're talking to a kid that every morning when I caught the bus, I would race to be the first one at the bus stop, and I would be standing there shaking my book bag and my jackets out to make sure there were no roaches and rats. So when I tell you I am coming, I am coming. You don't even have to waste the university's money. I don't have to see the campus. I don't have to see the city. You offer me a scholarship, I'm coming. He said, yeah, Ink, but I still want you to take an official visit. I agreed. I went up on a Friday night. I'll never forget, they took me to Calhoun's on the River. It's a restaurant in Knoxville, Tennessee. We come out, we got a host, right? And so the job of a...
Step up, Malachi. Step up, step up.
I forgot how much fun football games was.
And you go in at right guard and tell Justin to go to right tackle.
It felt like he just went like, here you go. You don't want it.